Tunde jumped into the taxi and slammed the door shut. Drive! Just drive! He shouted. The driver looked at him through the mirror. Oga, calm down. Wetin happen? Tunde clutched the black leather bag on his lap so tightly that his fingers hurt. Rainwater dripped from his shirt onto the seat. His chest rose and fell like a man who had been running for his life. Just move, he barked again. The taxi pulled into the wet Lagos road. Streetlights flashed across Tunde's face. He looked down at the bag, swallowed hard, then slowly unzipped it. Bundles of cash. Fresh bundles stacked tightly from top to bottom. His breath stopped. The driver noticed his expression. My brother, waiting there inside. Face road, Tunde said quickly and zipped it back. That night, Tunde was holding enough money to change his life forever. But before the night ended, one decision would decide the kind of man he truly was. Tunde was 29 years old, tired of being poor, and tired of pretending he was okay. For 2 months, the warehouse where he worked had delayed salaries. Every morning he carried cartons until his back ached, only to hear excuses at the end of the week. Management is sorting it out. Come back next week. Be patient. Patience had become the one thing everybody expected from poor people. His landlord had stopped greeting him politely. 3 days earlier, the man stood at his door and said, Tunde, I don't want stories again. If I don't see rent this weekend, pack your things. Tunde had nodded quietly. There was nothing else to say. His mother was in a hospital in Ibadan after collapsing from complications. The doctor said needed urgent treatment. Every call from home came with fear attached. His younger sister had cried on the phone that morning. Brother, mommy needs drugs tonight. They said if we delay again, I know, Tunde said. What do we do? I said I know. He ended the call and hated himself immediately. Poverty was turning him into someone he did not like. Even his girlfriend, Amaka, had left 2 months earlier. I love you, she told him, but I can't keep dating promises. That sentence stayed in his head like a wound. Earlier that same day, things became worse. At work, his supervisor, Bello, called him in front of everyone. Tunde, why are these deliveries incomplete? Sir, the truck came late. Always excuse. If you can't do simple work, leave. The other workers looked away. Humiliation was cheaper than salary there. At closing time, Bello handed workers envelopes. Tunde opened his own, half pay. He rushed back. Sir, this is not complete. Bello shrugged. Take it or leave it. Sir, I need... Did you not hear me? Tunde stood there, fists tight, then walked away, because anger could not pay bills. By the time he reached the bus park in Lagos, rain had started. Most people had scattered for shelter. He sat on a wet bench, exhausted, wondering how to divide money that could not solve anything. That was when he noticed the black bag under the bench. He pulled it out slowly. No name tag, no lock. He looked around. Nobody. A woman selling roasted corn was packing up. 2 men argued near the road. A conductor shouted for passengers. Nobody seemed to be searching for a missing bag. He waited. 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Still nobody. He opened the zip slightly and froze. Money. So much money it looked unreal. His hands trembled as he closed it. Jesus, he whispered. Inside the taxi now, he opened it again to be sure. Still there. Cash wrapped in bank bands. Tunde leaned back and shut his eyes. 8 million Naira. He did not count it, but he knew. He had handled enough cash deliveries in the warehouse to estimate large sums. 8 million. His rent was 600,000. His mother's treatment estimate was around 1.2 million. With this money, he could clear debts, move house, start business, breathe again. The driver cleared his throat. Oga, where we they go? Tunde opened his eyes. Home? Police station? Anywhere. Keep driving straight, he said. As the taxi moved, two voices fought inside him. Take it, return it, take it, return it. He imagined paying hospital bills first thing in the morning. He imagined calling his landlord. Sir, I'm sending rent now. He imagined buying a small delivery van and starting logistics work himself. No more insults. No more begging. No more shame. Then another thought came. Someone somewhere was probably crying right now. He pushed it away. When rich people lose money, they recover, he muttered. The driver heard him. You talk to me? No. Rain hit harder. Tunde took one bundle and stared at it. Crisp notes, real notes. He laughed bitterly. All my prayers answered through another man's mistake. He almost felt justified. Had life ever played fair with him? Had anyone returned the years poverty stole from him? Had anyone offered help when his mother sold wrappers to train him? Had anyone cared when he was hungry? Why should morality suddenly become his responsibility? He placed the bundle back. His phone rang. His sister. He ignored it. It rang again. He answered. Hello? Brother, the nurse said we must deposit something tonight. I said I'm handling it. How? You don't even have money. Her voice cracked. Mommy is asking for you. Tunde looked at the bag. Tell her to rest, he said softly. Then he ended the call. He told the driver, turn left. Where to? My house. That was it. Decision made. Keep the money. He felt sick, but resolved. The taxi turned. Tunde opened the side pocket of the bag, hoping to remove anything that could identify the owner. Instead, he found a small envelope. Inside was a photograph. An elderly woman smiling weakly on a hospital bed. Beside her stood a little girl, maybe 7 years old, showing a peace sign. On the back of the photo, written in blue ink, for Mommy's surgery tomorrow. Please don't be late again. Tunde stared at the words. His throat tightened. He checked the envelope again and found hospital papers, admission forms, surgery estimate, urgent deposit required by next morning. He saw the old woman's name. He saw the hospital stamp. He saw reality. This was not politician money, not criminal money, not forgotten rich man money. This was somebody's desperate money, just like he was desperate. The little girl in the picture suddenly reminded him of his younger sister years ago, standing beside their mother in a clinic they could not afford. Tunde's eyes filled. Driver, he said. No response. Driver. Yes, Oga? Turn back now. Back? Back to the bus park now. The driver nearly missed the turning. Waiting happen. Just turn back. They sped through traffic. Tunde kept looking at the picture. He imagined the daughter asking, Daddy, did you bring the money? He imagined the son blaming himself forever. He imagined an old woman dying because he wanted relief. When they reached the park, it was almost empty. No one. Tunde jumped out. He looked around wildly. Nothing. He ran to nearby shops. Did anybody lose bag here? Blank stares. He asked the corn seller. Yes, she said. One man they cry since. He run go police post. Where? She pointed down the road. Tunde entered the taxi again. Police post! The driver sped off. At the small station, a man was kneeling outside, soaked by rain, hands on his head. 2 officers stood nearby, looking tired. I'm finished! The man cried. My mother will die. I'm finished. Tunde stepped closer. The man was in his late 30s, ordinary clothes, cheap sandals, eyes swollen from panic. One officer noticed Tunde. Yes? Wetin you want? Tunde lifted the bag slowly. The crying man looked up. For a second, nobody moved. Then the man screamed, My bag! He rushed forward, then stopped, afraid it was a dream. Tunde handed it over. The man opened it with shaking hands, money, documents, everything. The man collapsed to his knees and began crying harder. God bless you. God bless you. I thought my mother was gone. He grabbed Tunde's legs. Tunde pulled him up quickly. Stand up, please. How did you? I found it. Take anything. Tunde shook his head. The officers exchanged looks. One said quietly, this kind thing rare. The man hugged Tunde tightly. My name is Adewale. I went to buy drugs and forgot the bag in panic. I came back and it was gone. I thought that was the end. He brought out bundles. Take something, please. Take 1 million. Tunde stepped back. No! Take 500,000. No. At least transport. No. Adewale looked confused. Why? Tunde swallowed. Because I almost kept it. Silence fell. Then Adewale held his shoulder and said, but you didn't. Tunde left before emotion betrayed him. Back in the taxi, the driver shook his head. Oga, now you be real human being. Tunde laughed sadly. I nearly wasn't. He got home to darkness and unpaid bills. Nothing had changed. Or so he thought. The next morning his landlord knocked. Tunde. He opened the door slowly. Before the landlord could start, Tunde said, please give me 1 more week. The man hissed. By Friday. Door slammed. His phone rang again from the hospital. More expenses, more pressure. At work, Bello shouted again, Tunde, move faster. He nearly resigned. Days passed. Then 3 weeks later, an unknown number called. Hello? Is this Tunde? Yes. This is Adewale. Tunde sat upright. I have been looking for you. How did you get my number? Taxi driver gave police your details. I hope you don't mind. It's okay. Can you meet me today? Tunde hesitated. Why? Please. 1 hour. They met at a cafe in Lagos. Adewale arrived in a clean suit, driving a vehicle Tunde did not expect. He smiled. You thought I was just random man. Tunde said nothing. I own a logistics company, not huge but growing. That money was for my mother's surgery and supplier payments. Losing it would have destroyed many things. I'm glad she's okay, Tunde said. She is. Surgery succeeded. They sat. Adewale leaned forward. I investigated you. Tunde frowned. Investigated? I wanted to know what kind of man returns 8 million while drowning himself. Tunde looked away. Adewale continued. I know about your mother, your rent, your warehouse job. How? When a man saves your family, you can ask questions. Tunde almost smiled. Adewale slid an envelope across the table. Inside was an employment letter. Operations manager. Salary triple his current pay. Transport allowance. Housing support. Performance bonus. Tunde looked up, speechless. I need someone I can trust more than someone with certificates, Adewale said. Skills can be trained. Character cannot. Tunde's lips parted, but no words came. There is more, Adewale added. He slid another paper, hospital payment receipt, for Tunde's mother, paid in full. Tunde's eyes filled instantly. No. Yes, Adewale said. You helped me save my mother. Let me help you save yours. Tunde covered his face and cried for the first time in years, not because he was weak, because sometimes relief hurts more than suffering. A week later, he visited his mother in hospital. She held his hand. God remembered us. Tunde smiled. He almost passed us by. Months later, Tunde stood in Adewale's warehouse, wearing a clean shirt, giving instructions to staff who respected him. No insults, no begging, no fear, just dignity. And every time he passed cash in the accounts office, he remembered the night one wrong decision almost became permanent regret. If he had kept that money, maybe he would solve problems for a month, maybe 2. But eventually it would finish. Shame might not. Police might come. Peace might leave. Instead, honesty gave him what theft never could, future. So if life ever puts you at a crossroads like Tunde, remember this story. Sometimes the blessing hides behind the harder choice. If this story moved you like the video, subscribe for more powerful stories. And tell us in the comments right now, would you have returned the 8 million Naira